Days of Our Lives say that no relationship has tugged at fans' hearts quite like Eric Brady and Nicole Walker. Their decades-long love story has seen everything from sweet reunions to devastating betrayals. Now, with actress Arianne Zucker Nicole embroiled in a major real-life lawsuit, it once seemed like the character's time on the show had come to a quiet and painful end. But not so fast. A shocking twist is brewing behind the scenes. Nicole may be recast, and she may return to Eric's arms once again. Arianne Zucker's lawsuit, the real-life drama rocking Salem. If you've been following the behind-the-scenes headlines, you likely know about Arianne Zucker's lawsuit. Filed in early 2024 or possibly even late 2023, the actress has launched a legal battle against NBC, Sony, several producers, directors, and former executives of Days of Our Lives. She alleges a toxic, abusive workplace culture rife with sexual harassment and misconduct, much of it centered around now ousted producer, director Albert Allaire. Zucker's lawsuit doesn't just accuse one man, it claims the entire system failed to protect its actresses. Allegations include the lack of a proper HR department, no on-set intimacy coordinators, and a culture that ignored complaints and mistreated female cast members. Some actresses were reportedly written off or pushed aside due to minor complaints or personality clashes, many of which, again, are linked to Allaire's tenure. These are all still allegations. But in the entertainment industry, once an actor sues the production or network, it's almost impossible for them to return to the show. Studios rarely rehire actors involved in ongoing legal action, and even past lawsuits can severely limit future job prospects. That's the reality Zucker faces, and unless a miracle happens, she likely won't reprise the role of Nicole again. Recast on the horizon. A bold but necessary move. So where does that leave Nicole Walker and her legendary romance with Eric? At first, it seemed the writers were gently phasing Nicole out. Recent episodes show a growing rift between her and Eric. They didn't sit together at Holly's graduation. Nicole left for Paris to care for a sick baby, while Eric stayed behind in Salem. He officiated John Black's funeral, and the wedding of Paul and Andrew, and Nicole was conspicuously absent. All signs point toward a quiet breakup. But now, rumblings from behind the scenes suggest a recast is being seriously considered. In the world of daytime television, recasting isn't unusual. Major characters like Jennifer Horton, Belle Black, and even Marlena Evans have been played by more than one actress over the years. Yes, Nicole is iconic. Yes, replacing Zucker is risky. But it may be the only way to save the character and, more importantly, to continue her love story with Eric. Why reuniting Eric and Nicole still matters. Eric and Nicole aren't just any soap couple. To many longtime fans, they are the heart of Days of Our Lives. Their romance has endured every possible obstacle: religious vows, betrayal, baby's heartbreak, and even a drug-laced cookie that led to an unexpected pregnancy. Thank you, Sweet Bits Bakery. Ending their story because of a lawsuit would be a disservice to both characters and the fans who've watched them grow together. Yes, a recast is difficult. Yes, there will be backlash. But letting Nicole vanish from Salem forever would leave a painful hole in the show's legacy, especially for viewers who've invested in her journey since the 1990s. New love for Eric, or just a temporary plot? In the meantime, if Nicole is temporarily absent from the canvas, Eric may find himself drawn into another romance. One likely candidate: Sarah Horton, who's now single after her split from Xander. Eric and Sarah once had a deep love connection, and revisiting that history could buy time while producers find the perfect new Nicole. Another possibility is Jada Hunter, though rumors from behind the scenes suggest she may be paired with Sean Brady, based on their interactions during the 60th anniversary photo shoot. Still, these relationships may just be stepping stones, placeholders until a new Nicole reappears in Salem with a believable backstory and a heart still tethered to Eric's. The verdict: a new Nicole, a new chapter in Salem. Change is never easy, especially for soap fans who've loved a character for decades. But sometimes, change is the only way to keep a story alive. If Arianne Zucker can't return, recasting Nicole is the only logical way to preserve her legacy, restore her love story with Eric, and allow fans the closure or continuation they deserve. And who knows? Maybe during the upcoming Days of Our Lives 60th anniversary celebration this November, we'll see a surprise. A new Nicole, a renewed romance, And a bold chapter opening for a couple that many thought had reached their final page. Next, a hospital showdown. Kayla holds her ground. The episode opens in the bustling halls of Salem University Hospital, where the air is thick with the hum of medical staff and the weight of high-stakes decisions. Kayla Johnson, the hospital's compassionate yet formidable chief of staff, is in her office, surrounded by charts and paperwork, when E.J. DiMera bursts through the door. E.J., with his polished suit and commanding presence, is a man on a mission. His eyes glint with determination as he leans across Kayla's desk, his voice sharp with urgency. "Kayla, I need to know about the board vote," he says, cutting her off before she can respond. "What's it going to take to get your support?" Kayla, however, is no stranger to EJ's tactics. Her expression remains calm but resolute, her years of experience in Salem's power games giving her an unshakable strength. "I'm not budging, EJ," she says firmly, her voice steady. The board's decision is final. EJ's frustration boils over, and he leans closer, his tone taking on a dangerous edge. "Don't push me, Kayla," he warns. "I can bury this hospital in litigation." The DiMera name carries weight, and you know it. The threat hangs heavy in the air, a reminder of the power EJ wields and the lengths he's willing to go to secure his influence. But Kayla doesn't flinch. With a steely glint in her eye, she leans forward, meeting his challenge head-on. "Titan and DiMera can play that game, EJ, but so can I," she retorts. "You'll have your answer today, but if you want my vote next time, I have budget changes I want implemented." EJ's eyes narrow, or I smile tugging at his lips as he processes her words. "Blackmail, Kayla?" he asks, his voice laced with amusement. Kayla shakes her head, her smile sharp but professional. "Not blackmail," she says. "Think of it as an election. Start by making me happy." The standoff is electric, a clash of wills that underscores the delicate balance of power in Salem. EJ nods, his mind already calculating his next move, and heads out, leaving Kayla to her work and the weight of their confrontation lingering in the room. For those of us who've watched Kayla navigate Salem's challenges, this moment is a powerful reminder of her strength. She's not just a doctor, she's a force to be reckoned with, standing up to the DiMera dynasty with grace and grit. But as EJ exits, we can't help but wonder, will Kayla's demands sway the board, or will EJ's threats tip the scales in his favor? The hospital is a battleground, and this fight is far from over. A father and son's breakthrough in the square. The scene shifts to Hortontown Square, where the summer sun casts a warm glow over the cobblestones, and the air is filled with the chatter of townsfolk and the scent of blooming flowers. EJ, still reeling from his confrontation with Kayla, is on the phone, his voice smooth and flirtatious as he works his charm on another board member. "You know I always keep my promises," he says, a smile in his voice, but his call is cut short when he spots Johnny DiMera across the square. Johnny, EJ's son with Sammy Brady, stands with his shoulders slumped, his face etched with worry. EJ's instincts kick in, and he hangs up the phone, his focus shifting entirely to his son. "Hey, Johnny," EJ calls out, his voice warm but tinged with concern as he approaches. To share a tentative hello, but EJ immediately senses something is wrong. "What's going on?" he asks, his eyes searching Johnny's face. Johnny hesitates, his voice low as he confesses it's Rafe. He's been asking questions. The mention of Rafe Hernandez, Salem's police commissioner and a man with deep ties to the DiMera family, sends a jolt through EJ. His expression darkens, his protective instincts flaring. "Rafe can't be trusted," he says, his voice sharp. "I'm the one who's going to keep you safe, Johnny. No one should know you shot me." The words hit Johnny like a thunderbolt, and his eyes widen in shock. What are you talking about?" he exclaims, his voice rising with a mix of fear and frustration. "I didn't shoot you, Dad." The square, bustling just moments ago, seems to fade away as father and son face each other, their emotions raw and exposed. Johnny's voice trembles as he recounts the truth. That night, in a heated moment, EJ convinced him to hand over the gun. "You thought I was protecting you from a murder plot," Johnny says, his eyes glistening with tears. "But I didn't fire at Dad. Someone else did." The revelation is a turning point, a moment of clarity that cuts through the mistrust that's haunted their relationship. EJ's face softens, his own emotions bubbling to the surface. "Johnny," he says, his voice thick with relief, I believe you." Without another word, he pulls his son into a tight embrace, his arms wrapping around Johnny in a gesture of love and reassurance. For Johnny, who's been carrying the weight of suspicion and guilt, the hug is a lifeline, a reminder that his father's faith in him is unwavering. The square, with its everyday bustle, becomes a backdrop to this heartfelt breakthrough, a moment that reminds us of the power of family in Salem's chaotic world. For those of us who've followed the DiMera family through their triumphs and tragedies, this scene is a poignant reminder of EJ and Johnny's complex bond. EJ, a man shaped by his father Stefano's ruthless legacy, shows a softer side as he fights for his son. Johnny, caught between his parents' fiery histories, finds solace in his father's trust. But the mystery of the shooting looms large. Who took the gun, and why? And the truth is still out there, waiting to be uncovered. The heart of Salem's drama. Friday's episode is a masterclass in Days of Our Lives storytelling, blending high-stakes power plays with deeply personal moments. Kayla's showdown with EJ showcases her strength and savvy, a reminder that in Salem, even the kindest hearts can hold their own in a fight. The emotional breakthrough between EJ and Johnny is a testament to the enduring power of family, even in the face of misunderstanding and suspicion. These moments resonate with those of us who've watched the show for years, reflecting the love, loyalty, and struggles that define our own lives. As we look forward to the next episode, we're left with questions that will keep us talking. Will Kayla's budget demands sway the board, or will EJ's charm and threats secure his victory? Can EJ and Johnny's newfound trust withstand the pressure of the ongoing investigation? And who is the real shooter, hiding in the shadows of Salem? So, dear fans, gather your friends, share your predictions, and let's keep tuning in as the sands of time continue to fall in our beloved Days of Our Lives. In Salem, where secrets are never safe and family is everything, the drama is eternal.